Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Warra Football Podcast with me, James, aka Deuce Football. Joining me today is Curtis. Curtis Pay, how you doing?
Hello, mate. Yeah, all good, all good.
Good, Tobes.
I'm good, man. I'm very good. Feeling excited about today.
It's our debut together.
It is.
Yeah. First pod together.
Fucking cute, man.
Very cute.
Goals.
Speaking of cute, San Marino's finest.
Hey.
Connor Chahal.
Always will be San Marino's finest, because no one else is from there.
Valid.
Could get the squad.
Does San Marino have any honest day players?
Andy Salva on his day. Only San Marino player ever to score more than one goal for the national team.
There you have it.
Such a man.
What a stat that is.
Honest day.
How many goal scorers do they even have?
Not
5.
many. Andy Salva's got 8.
Eight,
He used
isn't
to
he?
play
Yeah.
for Sassuolo, Andy Salva.
Yeah. Mate, honest day, Andy Salva is incredible. But speaking of honest day, that's what this podcast is all about. We're going to do an honest day. We're going to give us like a few just honest day players that we loved, and then we're going to make a little five-a-side team.
Warra Football Podcast, Warra Football Podcast, Warra Football Podcast. Oh. We got Gary, we got Cora, Darren and Curris, Toby and Jimbo, Darren and Grimbo, Warra Football Podcast, Warra Football Podcast. Don't forget Harry, Football Podcast. Harry behind the camera. Warra Football Podcast. Does a lot of work for us. Football Podcast. We up the Warra.
So, Kurtz, I'm going to start with you. Who's your first honest day player?
Well, I thought it makes the most sense to start off with a goalie. So I've got a couple written down. Obviously, you boys can pitch in with your thoughts. My first one is Tim Krul.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
a
think,
very
right,
good shout.
I know we spoke about this a little bit, Connor, but obviously Penn's, he's unreal. Got brought on for Holland just for that penalty shootout. I just think, on his day, isn't he also still got the record for the most amount of saves in one Prem game? I think it was Newcastle.
That Spurs game.
Yeah, Newcastle
Yeah,
away
I
at Spurs. I just think when Krul turns up and he fancies it, mate, he's fucking class. He's got a howler in his locker, as do a lot of goalies. And I just don't think... I know we described on his day players as kind of players who are okay, but have the ability and the performance to sometimes be fucking class. And I think Tim Krul fits that bracket.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that.
As far as keepers go,
As
that's
far as
a
keepers
shout.
go,
That is a very good one. But we can't do an honest day podcast without Mr. On His Day.
Yeah.
Tobes, who have you got as your honest day? Well, first honest
I've
day
got
player.
multiple on his day players, but it would be very disingenuous of me not to be bringing up Mr. Paul Pogba. He is Mr. On
He
his
is.
day.
He's the GOAT on his day,
He
isn't he?
is. Yeah, he is. You know, when the weather's right, when he's in the mood, when he's had the right
Fresh
meal,
trim,
right trim.
when he's got the right trim. Maybe
Yeah.
it's blue in a Manchester derby.
The
when
right
you
shit in
think
his
he'll be red.
veins.
Yeah, exactly.
When bro's drugged up on his day.
Yeah, when it's the right Nandrolone or whatever might be alleged, he can cook. He can cook. You know, for a big guy in terms of like the tech he had, flicking overplays. That was like a Ronaldinho playing in midfield when he fancied it on his day.
I fucking love Pogba.
Yeah, I
man.
feel like that's the phrase. That was a big video of mine. I was very proud of that. And it kind of did the rounds. I hope Pogba probably has seen it. Probably didn't like it.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't like it.
But yeah, it was. He is just Mr. On his day. I
So
feel like
good,
it's-
man. So good.
Yeah. He is like proper on his day. He's like the ability he shows
Yeah.
was outrageous, but then just some of the stuff he did. Like when Liverpool played Man United and we beat them 5-0, comes on, gets sent off. It's like
Didn't
and
fancy
he
it,
walks
did he?
off. He's like, it's not the right
And
time of
wasn't
day,
it-
man.
and wasn't
Don't fancy it
wasn't
today.
the same season, his last ever appearance for United, where like he just sort of came on and went off early. Well, he started and he like came off injured early,
He
maybe.
did that a lot.
He did
Something
that
like
quite a
that.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, stuff.
But then he has these moments. You have like France versus Switzerland. That scores that incredible goal, and then
Emotes 1,000 times.
There's 4 celebrations, forgets the trap back for Xhaka or something, and then
literally, and then well, I think maybe it was his first goal for Man United against Swansea.
Oh, that volley.
What a
So
goal that
good.
is.
oh yeah, just
Yeah.
that's an
Edge of the
underrated.
box.
The way it
Side
rises.
foot. Yeah.
But, I mean, his days at Juve as well, one of the best midfielders in the world, scored absolute screamers. Someone even caught it on camera at the perfect angle. Like,
Yeah, if only United fans had started just chanting Skrillex Bangarang, he might have actually cooked there.
Could have cooked. Maybe they should have had that around Old Trafford like the whole time as the game was on.
You know when I knew we was doomed? When we had Pogba and Lukaku was about to sign, and that video came out of them playing basketball in like Miami or something, and they're flexing on each other, and I was like, oh no, we're
It's the end.
fucking cooked
It's
here,
the
man.
end.
We're finished. And you know what else pissed me off about Pogba? He's fucking run up for his penalty.
What the
yeah.
fucking...
Because there's no reason to do that unless you're doing it for the cameras and for your own little like fucking brand or
Yeah.
whatever.
I will say this about Pogba. He is a little bit unlucky at the same time. Like circumstance was just horrendous. He'd either be like pushed out on the left, or he'd be playing like a double pivot with someone. And
Low key.
he was misprofiled.
Centre of a back three, Pogba would have cooked.
Mate, the same
Centre
thing.
I'm throwing it out there. Centre of a back three, Pogba
Whoa.
could have cooked. No, I'm just think of like a David Luiz or a Thiago Silva who excelled in terms of their passing range, everything. They're comfortable on the ball, and Pogba's stature. Because Mourinho stuck him at centre back, I remember. And there was a little part of me that was like, imagine if he'd just seen him in a back three in the
I'm
middle.
Be that guy. I did that on FIFA 15.
Okay, there you go. Well, there you go.
That's mental.
Look,
I've
no,
never
as in,
thought
you
of
could
it.
have
Work.
forward, but like, do you not think that would have? I think that could have worked a
never
little bit.
thought of it. His
He might not have had
passing
the
range at
discipline.
centre-back,
He might
yeah.
have had the discipline, but if he'd had two proper centre halves around
Yeah,
him,
as long as you had two
he could have been the dude
warriors
that just
either
goes
side of
right,
him,
ping it out there,
playing
switch.
quarterback.
Yeah,
I get it.
Bit of a sweeper, man.
He could have done anything.
Yeah.
The ability that he had,
on the ball, so good.
he could
So
do
good.
anything, but yeah, exactly
Didn't
like I
work
said.
out.
Where's the Skrillex?
Yeah,
man.
Where's the star on the side of his head? Wasn't there.
When he rocked up to the Etihad with blue hair. I don't give a fuck that he scored 2 that day. Fucking prick.
All right, so I think Pogba's just going to go into our starting
Pogba's in.
team anyway, regardless. We'll get into that in a bit.
Probably
Connor,
got
who
him.
have you got as your, or one of your?
So
honest
Give us a
day
name,
players?
give us a name.
Any name.
my actual one for the best, I think, is David Bentley. Prime Barclays. On his day, he was the first player to score a hat-trick against a Sir Alex Ferguson team.
Yeah.
That's
he
remarkable.
He did do that for Blackburn. And then,
What stat
remember
that
the
is?
4-4 against Arsenal? We had a
Oh, that
banger
chest and volley
against
from like
a
55
banger.
yards.
Got into the England team and apparently was just too funny for Sven-Goran Eriksson and Sven did. No, was it
Capello?
Capello, yeah.
I think Jimmy Bullard said
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He said he cracked jokes in front of Capello and Capello just didn't laugh. And
Apparently they would do like crossing exercises.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
he was,
that's the
and like
clip,
Beckham was there
yeah.
for one thing, and he was like, "Well, get me doing it." 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the, he was
yeah.
like, "None of these can cross. Like, I'll take care of this."
Yeah.
Fellow was like really
Fellow was
straight.
like, shit joke,
That's
you're
the
out.
thing.
He was just a joke. On his day, he was actually so good.
So
but,
good.
I think he wanted to be a fun guy more than like a.
Well, remember
proper
when the Harry
footballer.
Redknapp when he threw the bucket of water?
Yeah,
when
in his-
he had- when he
danced around
hit
his briefs.
when he hit Redknapp in the head with the ball.
Yeah. Because
he was
Redknapp
like-
said years later, I didn't appreciate Bentley doing that. So maybe he just wasn't a likable guy. But on his day, that guy was.
But a
unreal.
good player, really
And
good
that
player.
4-3 Blackburn win against United, Bentley was that was one of the best performances I've ever seen someone have against Man United.
What
Class.
what happened to David Bentley? Did he go to Russia?
I don't think
he did go,
Rostov.
yeah.
He went to Rostov.
Did he
That's
not
the
like
Russia.
football? I feel like I've read somewhere or saw like an
I think
interview
that
with
was
him.
who was it? It was
Assou
Assou
No, but there was but there was someone else as well. But Bentley either had like
John Carew didn't even.
few mental
John
health
Carew didn't know
issues.
which team he was playing against on the weekend. He didn't like football that much.
yeah, fair.
Mental. He's just a 9 to 5 for him.
Because Bentley hasn't been playing properly like since.
Nah.
No.
But on his
Time.
day,
No.
On his day.
On
That
his day.
4-4 against
Honestly.
Arsenal was one of the best fan zones of all time.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh,
If you
fan
remember that.
zone, bro,
Yeah.
it was so
one of my
good.
favourite games I've watched as a kid was the Arsenal Spurs game. Man, fuck me.
It was very good.
What a game.
Speaking of someone who didn't get on with Fabio Capello, which is quite interesting how this has happened, really. It's probably a show of what Capello's really like. I've gone with Antonio Cassano.
Cool player.
That's a really good.
Very, very cool player. Now, I actually think he might be a little bit too good for this, looking back. But, I mean, this is one of the most chaotic footballers of all time. This is a dude who scored a decent amount of goals, played for some very good teams, but also had an addiction to Nutella when he was at Real Madrid.
Tubby bastard, man.
He was caught on camera taking the mick out of Capello in front of Ronaldo and Cannavaro, literally acting like him. But if you ask fans of like Inter and Real Madrid on a footballing landscape, on a footballing landscape, let's go with that. They'd say, nah, not for me, not good at all. But then you ask like Milan, Sampdoria, Roma, Parma fans, like, yeah, this guy was class.
He's one of them.
I urge anyone to watch his first goal for Bari. He was 17 years of age against Inter.
I've seen this clip.
Simone Perotta just lumps it forward. Born in England, by the way. Last English World Cup winner. Just said. Born in the same place as Jeff Hurst. Lumps it forward. Takes this incredible first touch. Honestly, it's unreal. Gets the ball, runs, and I think Laurent Blanc's to his left, and Christian Panucci's running towards him on his right, and he just skins the pair of them. 87th minute, wins it 2-1. It's incredible. Honestly, it's one of the best first goals you'll
You should
ever
get
see.
someone to make a Cassano cold edit.
Yeah.
He was
After
called
what
the,
you just
like he was a
said.
character,
Yeah.
like you said.
Very skillful. But he was also like, he was just a very good player. He had these really good partnerships, like I was saying, with Roma. Even though
Him and Totti were like
him
the
and
Roma
Totti,
for me.
incredible.
growing
They
up,
were
yeah.
brilliant. It was just past when they'd won the league, and they probably should have won a couple more league titles in that era. They just didn't have the team, and football was a little bit rigged back then in Italy.
Cash.
Yeah.
Still
But then
is
he
Argentina.
goes to these little these smaller clubs like Sampdoria, Parma. Parma, he has a really good time there. Sampdoria, he has
Both Milans, wasn't it?
yeah, he actually really helped Milan win the Scudetto. He rocked up there with 6 months left and got like 5 goals and 6 assists. Did really well. But like Sampdoria, he has this fantastic partnership with Gianpaolo Bazzini, if you remember him, and he gets them to the Champions League. You think, well, like Sampdoria are now, they're second division near the bottom. And this is a side who aren't like amazing. They've had their peak, but they shouldn't be getting top 4. And just for me, he was an unbelievable player, over 100 Serie A goals. But on his day, he could like compete with the best. 100%.
So there are 4 on his day captains for our teams.
Okay.
I don't know if Pog was my captain. I felt like I had to, but
Who would you have as your captain?
my captain is one that people don't know this. I don't even know if Curtis knows as a Chelsea fan, but Ronaldinho played for Chelsea. Unfortunately, Ronaldinho played 1 month a year for Chelsea in the form of Willian. And when we talk about players who are on his day, for a month a year, we'd have this Willian month where he'd be absolutely nuts. I remember there was one where we went to Old Trafford, he scored hole in the cup, he scored 2 like brilliant goals. He played Barcelona and he like hit the post and scored. He just went absolutely nuts for that month. There was a period where the 15-16 season where Chelsea really struggled.
Yes.
He was the only good
He
player.
had never scored a free kick in his
I
career.
remember.
And suddenly, I think he scored like 8 out of 11. And it was like he scored 8 or 9 free kicks within the first 4 months of the season. And the guy had never scored a free kick in his entire life. He went from like it shows how powerful a drug confidence is within sport or anything really, to be honest. But William was one of these players that it was the most frustrating thing where you thought, if you could just do this a bit more consistently, you'd be insane. Because he'd have so many other games where you're like, oh, okay, he's hit the side netting from a corner.
Yeah, you're shit,
Look
mate.
at him now for Fulham.
On his day, even now, he's
That's
fucking
what we
on
said
his
last
day,
month.
yeah.
Like,
The only club who only got
good.
on one day was Arsenal. His debut against Fulham, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was
What a
he
player,
was an
man.
interesting player, Willian, and frustrating one because he had the talent, he had everything,
seeing him
and he had that trademark move.
He's proper Brazilian.
I will never get tired of watching Willian dangle his leg, shift it to
little
the right,
leg
and then
shuffle.
whip it.
Yeah.
It is the most Willian thing.
When he played for Shakhtar against Chelsea
Yeah.
at the bridge,
Scored 2,
unreal. And then obviously we went and signed him after that, but
and he went to Angie for a bit. If you remember, Angie.
Yeah, I do.
Matchup.
With
Roberto
Roberto Carlos, Eto.
Eto was there, wasn't he?
Yuri Zhirkov,
Yuri Zhirkov, yeah.
Chris Samba went about 4
Chris
times.
Samba, bro.
Big Chris Samba.
When Sam Allardyce
Was that a bright yellow kit they played in?
I knew it was
Yeah.
over, man.
But yeah, that would be my captain. We've been-
I'm going to stick with Bentley as my captain, but my second player in my team would be Diego Forlan because I feel like
Okay.
I feel
Is he
like
not too good?
I feel like he wasn't too good enough to not be in this because at United he kind of stank. I can't lie.
Yeah.
He did
He's got
invent
that hat-trick against
Yeah,
Liverpool,
the
didn't
rules
he?
did change because of him when he took his top off and he couldn't get it back on. Then you weren't allowed to take your top off anymore after that. But then obviously you saw what he did for Uruguay 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
Atletico as well.
Yeah, Atletico, the final against Fulham. But there wasn't, if you think about moments Diego Forlan had, you can't think of that many. So I just think that makes him an on his day player.
Yeah, I get it.
Because that 2010 World Cup was a bit of an anomaly.
Are
in
you
his career,
saying
I
he's
feel
a
like.
Jabulani merchant?
He might.
Is that what you're saying?
He never,
What a
I'm
ball,
just saying,
man.
He never,
What a
did,
ball that
he never
was.
beat the Jabulani allegation.
I feel like Atletico, he did tear it up.
He's
Yeah.
alright, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like Diego Forlan should have done more than what he did.
Yeah, that's
I feel like
fair.
that makes
That's
sense.
fair.
That era of Atletico just had this like random
Yeah,
strikers, mate.
They had like
yeah.
what?
They went
Hasselbank,
they went Hasselbank, Torres,
Torres, Aguero.
Hasselbank got them
Forlan,
relegated.
Aguero,
Yeah.
Hadamil
Costa.
Costa,
Suarez.
Falcao.
Yeah. And before that, they had a player called Baltazar. He scored. I think he's the highest scoring Brazilian in a top 5 league in one season.
Hasselbank got them relegated as well.
He did, yeah. Baltazar
yeah,
scored like
Atletico
35 goals in
strikers.
one season, more than Ronaldo, anyone else.
It's like a conveyor belt of strikers, didn't they?
It's
Just kept coming.
You know the year they got relegated, they did the double over Barca and Real Madrid.
That's mental.
That's mad.
They got relegated.
That's
Football's
wild.
mad. That's
Fucking
wild.
weirdos, man. Yeah, so that's my first.
Well, it's
two
like you had a
players.
point where Torres was the captain of Simeone,
Yes.
and when Torres came back to Atletico Madrid, Simeone was the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Thing is, the rest of my list is just prime Barkley, so I'll wait for some.
I've got another Barclays player. My second one was a player that Chelsea nearly signed. He went to City instead. Robinho.
Ooh, I like that.
I fucking loved. Yeah, all right. Based on real life
Hold
talk
on.
right now, we can't really talk much about him,
Man
but
United's finest, Robinho.
yeah.
I was
you
actually
thought?
I was devastated.
So I was mate, when
I
we
was
didn't sign him when he went
devastated.
City, I was gutted because I was like, this. Obviously, back then, my mainly watching of Robinho was YouTube compilations,
Yeah.
and I was like, this kid's fucking class, and I was like buzzing because we nearly signed him. It was nearly done, and then obviously City swooped in with their freshly made cash, and got him. But he was a baller, man. Like he was a techie player.
Yeah, I remember.
But
His,
again,
his
didn't really
step
fancy
overs-
it. Yeah, his step overs were
His
so
step overs
good.
were insane. Like he scored a free kick against on his debut for City.
Yeah, and he scored that lob against Arsenal.
Yeah,
He missed a really good chance against Liverpool that season, the 08-09.
Look, he reminds
When
me.
we beat them 3-2.
Kind of reminds me of the way he played. I think he just reminds me.
And
of
his
Greenwood.
real life.
Real life
Yeah.
aside, Like the step overs and shit. I'm being serious as well.
Yeah.
Just enjoy him, man.
I low-key forgot that they were both. Yeah.
Nah, he was a player, man. And like I said,
Even at AC Milan, he had his moments.
he didn't.
Yeah,
He did.
Yeah.
He didn't turn up enough, but when he did, unplayable.
No, I agree. Like I said, when we were I think we were selling shirts, and that's what pissed off Real Madrid, and ended up selling City. But
I did not know that.
yeah, it was
Well, this
literally
was,
literally done. It was
just
literally
just to
done.
have a go at Fabrizio for ruining transfers.
Yeah.
I remember this.
He's such a twat, isn't he?
Mate, going to bed
He is.
as a Chelsea fan that night, you were thinking, okay, we're going to wake up and Robinho's going to be here. We're going to Robinho, Anelka, Drogba, and you woke up and you're like, signed fucking City.
You'd never see that these days, would you?
I even remember going to bed and it was like rumours that, because you were signing Berbatov the same deadline day, and City had agreed a fee for Berbatov, but Berbatov had been like, what? I'd rather just stay at Spurs and go there. But Robinho, on the other hand, wasn't informed there's two clubs in Manchester. So, yeah, he ended up going there.
What you just said about Fabrizio is so true. Remember the buzz, and now you get it by just a message in a group chat with one of your mates sending a screenshot, and you're just like, oh.
I remember
Boring.
January 2011 with the Carlos Suarez Torres. I remember going to bed. We were I think we bid 40 million, and it was rejected. And I remember my dad the next day when I woke up for school, kind of opened my door and was just like, "We've got him." And I was just buzzing.
Yeah.
But about now, it would be 4 weeks of
deal
is close. Here we go, and you're like, this is just not the same.
As a kid, every single transfer window, I was convinced David Villa was going to be a Liverpool player.
That was always a rumour, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and Fernando Llorente as well. Always seemed to be.
We had about 5 years of Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk, I was like, when are we going to sign him?
Are we going to eventually sign him? Or he is?
I can imagine him at Chelsea. 100%.
The only thing I remember of Hulk's career is there's one fan footage goal he scores. I think it's going to
Free kick?
for Porto. No, it was on the right wing and he kind of cuts in and just hits it near post.
He was getting ready.
Yeah, he was getting
Yes,
noises,
yes.
cuts in, scores, and just silences, and that's such a badass moment.
Shout
Never
out
played
Hulk.
in a Big Four league, though.
It's mad.
That's actually wild because
He did
like him.
It's Saudi screams of Hulk.
Yeah.
He's done China, Russia,
Yeah,
completely.
bro loves cash.
He's collecting those Infinity stones, isn't he?
Well, next one, I got a couple of attackers on here. One of them was Mario Balotelli.
Yeah, fair.
I just think, again, I think a lot of these boys in common have got the fact that they don't really fancy it very often. Like Pogba, probably like Robinho.
How can you
Balotelli.
not fancy it, though?
I don't
what
know.
mean?
It's just,
You're right, but it's mad.
It's just in an intrinsic thing, isn't it? Like Balotelli, when he turned up and wanted to play football and fancied it, he would fucking be class. And he scored some worldies. Like the Euro campaign with Italy, he was unreal.
That goal.
Yeah,
What,
that
against
goal.
Germany?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like when we play five-a-side with each other, we always turn up and we fancy it. You know what I mean? Like you just want to play football.
Yeah.
He's at a pro level. He can't be arsed.
There's probably good players like that find it more as a job rather than a hobby.
Yeah,
Maybe they don't
it's
enjoy
so
it,
odd,
but
man.
he
Do you
was
remember that goal against Norwich where he just chested it in?
on the line.
Class.
Yeah.
I remember a goal he scored for AC Milan.
Yeah, against
miles
Bologna.
out.
Yeah.
Last
Remember-
minute of the game as well. Didn't celebrate.
Remember
so.
in the City pre-season when he tried to roulette the ball in?
Yeah.
Or back it in.
I will back him. I
know
think
it,
he
yeah.
heard a whistle.
No.
I heard it.
But because of who it is, I don't.
No, I agree. I think he was just
Okay.
being
I
like,
just-
No
"Fuck
one
it,
else stopped.
I'm
Dzeko's
playing
standing next to him, just
Yeah,
like. what the
Dzeko
fuck?
lost his
I'm
head.
playing devil's advocate there. I heard the whistle and I will.
I don't think he heard the whistle. I thought he
Why
thought,
always
fuck it,
me?
I am
It's
him.
like, that was
Yeah, that's what I mean. He
iconic
had that.
day.
He had
Yeah,
that about
he
him.
did,
He had
yeah.
that big fucking big dick
You're
energy.
probably right that Euro 2012 was maybe that's probably the best. That was a weird signing. When Liverpool signed him, it was like,
Yeah, that was
It
Didn't make any
why
sense.
has Balotelli gone to Liverpool?
That was when you were in your Ricky Lambert era, wasn't it?
Ricky Lambert, Bruni,
Yeah.
Balotelli.
Some front
Storage
That
three.
is
was
a
injured.
washed.
Suarez had gone.
That was a wash front three, that wasn't it?
I feel like he got one goal against Spurs, and that was kind of all I remember.
I remember he scored against Ludogorets Razgrad and he scored against Spurs. Yeah.
Of course, it was.
But yeah, when Balotelli turned up, I
3-2
think
winner.
he was a player, but he just didn't do it enough.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a good.
I've got a question actually. Would you consider Darwin Núñez on his day player?
Ooh, like a very recent on his. Tobes hates.
No, I don't
Darwin,
hate
is
him. I just
he?
think it's tall Timo Werner. I think it's a player that
But
he has a lot
on
of
his day-
pace. He gets chances, but he doesn't really convert the chances. And the things you look for in a striker is movement and
No,
finishing.
that's 100% right.
And if there's this idea I think with strikers that when they get older they'll learn to finish, and it's like, well, look what about Gabriel Jesus? That's something he's always struggled with
doesn't
throughout
always
his career.
happen.
If he could finish, he'd be City striker now. Like,
Use
the
it-
guy can
they,
do
they
everything.
might they might use like Cristiano Ronaldo as a template, but that's not common.
There's not many players that suddenly become really composed in front of goal, and for someone like Núñez who rushes a lot of finishes or just hits it as hard as he can rather than just places it, I don't think that's something that he'll really learn. We've seen enough data or enough
I
time
agree.
now for me to not
I don't think
really
he's on
rate
his
him
day
like that.
player. I think he's if he shoots enough, he'll score player.
Throw enough shit. Though.
Try
Yeah.
it against Chelsea, mate.
He's just a better version of Rashford. He just absolutely levels the ball every time he has it.
Tobes, who's your next honest day player?
I want to talk about this player, and he was a good player, but he was a real one on his day. I thought Nani on his day was unbelievable.
Class.
I honestly thought when Nani and Ronaldo were both there in their orange Night Mercurials,
What boot?
I was like, God, they've got like a little young him That's what. And he scored bangers. I remember against like Middlesbrough. There was one he scored against us actually when AVB had just started, and Czech didn't even move. He didn't even see it.
Yeah.
And there was a goal he scored at the Emirates where he sort of chopped between two defenders. And when he pushed him in just to be like, it's a good goal, I'll give you that one. But yeah, I thought Nani was.
And that celebration.
Yeah, he had the flips.
Oh, the flips.
But then sometimes Carragher would give him a kick and he's crying. Like, it depended if he fancied
Nearly
it.
broke Nani's leg, man.
First goal I ever saw at Old Trafford, Nani versus Spurs. Phew. What a fucking banger, man.
He had
He had
in the
bangers
locker.
in his locker.
He
He was sick at Euro 2016.
Mate, he loved the knuckleball, did Nani, didn't he? Loved the knuckleball. Just hit it in the... Unreal.
Yeah, he was, for me, he was one of those players.
As far as United players go,
As far as, like, I'm not even taking the piss, on his day, wingers go, he's one of the best the Prem's seen. In terms of, like, on his day,
Yeah.
his performances were so top.
I've got a question. Has anyone actually... I don't know if someone has him, but we're talking about Portuguese wingers, man. Ricardo Quaresma.
Oh, that's a shout, you know.
That's a shout.
Quaresma,
In fact, he played for Chelsea, actually.
Yeah. He got an assist away at Cov. That's his only goal contribution for
Really?
Chelsea. Yeah, he did.
amazing.
In the FA Cup. In the FA Cup, we played
sick.
Coventry away, and he made a cross, and Alex on the break finished it with his left
How long
foot.
did he play for us?
He didn't play many. He didn't play many
6
games.
months?
Scolari got him in on a loan,
Yeah.
and then as soon as Hiddink came in, he didn't really play.
What I love about Quaresma is you'll just see him, he's on FIFA, he's got 5-star skills, 8-1 rated, whatever. And then he'll just rock up at a Euros and a World Cup, score a Trivella,
Mate.
and then you won't see him again.
And then you also look at him and you go, has he killed someone? Is that what that tattoo means?
Yeah.
Like, has Quaresma killed a guy? I don't know.
Mate, loved the Trivella, didn't he?
love
Loved it.
that.
Yeah.
Loved
That
it.
Chelsea Cov game just
One against
so
Iran.
many.
That Iran
There's a
one was
picture
so
against
good.
Iran. It's like a bird's eye view against Iran. It's screensaver worthy. Unbelievable.
That's
picture.
right.
People don't realise as well is that Quaresma was almost seen as the big guy before Ronaldo.
Yes.
Like
he was.
he went to Barcelona before he came to Porto.
Yeah.
Like, he was supposed to see that big deal. I think it was to do with Deco going the other way. Was
probably
why
was, yeah.
Quaresma ended up moving back to Portugal. But yeah, he was
Quaresma's a
different
great
gravy on his day.
Great shout.
Yeah.
Connor?
Right, another Prime Barclays one. People may not agree. I got Papa Bouba Diop in. I love
What, the
Papa
Fulham
Bouba Diop.
legend?
Bro, he had a fucking pile driver.
He scored a good goal against
A
us.
shot on him. Yeah, he scored a banger against us once. But it was one of those where, like, I genuinely think he was his own worst enemy because he lost his head so often. And when you're fucking 6'4" or whatever he was, you can't lose your head that often. I remember he went through like a really good run of games, like 4 games, why he scored a banger against us as well. And then rocked up at West Brom at the Hawthorns and punched someone in the face and got sent off and got banned for like 6 games. And like, it was shit like that would keep stunting his career. But then, like, even at 2002 World Cup with Senegal,
Oh, yeah.
he was class. He scored against France. He scored the winner against France. On his day, Papa Bouba Diop, if he really wanted to, would control any football game.
That's such a
And he
Connor
deserves his
shout, that,
credit.
innit?
And
Such
is he
a Connor
dead
shout.
now?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Rest in peace as well, bro. He was a player on his
I
day.
like that.
It was either Fridge or was that Lewis Beaumorte? One of them had the Fridge nickname.
I'm not sure.
It was one of the two.
Fuck yeah, it was one of
I can
them.
never remember which
Both
one.
beasts.
Yeah.
That's very Pizza Hut era.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stone John up front. No, Collins John.
Collins John and John Collins.
John.
Yeah.
They're both in there.
That
Collins
Fulham
John
team was pretty hard, you know.
That was, to be fair, man.
Yeah, I had Bouba Diop, man.
I've got another
Prime Barclays
player
out.
who's still playing.
Okay.
Been dished around a little bit. Cancelo.
Ooh.
I don't hate it.
For a while, he was pretty
feel like he was
consistent.
too
I
good
know,
for too
yeah,
long.
yeah.
I agree. Was he though?
I feel like he
For
had
what?
a season,
For what, a
where he
season at
was
City,
really
he was
good.
very good.
Yeah.
Which I suppose.
But then since then, I think he's just one of those, again, one of those players who, on his day, is fucking class, but it doesn't perform to that level enough to be like, oh, you're a world class player.
I'm not gonna lie, a bit like Pogba centre back free shout. That's a winger, man. That's a winger.
Yeah, I
is, it
agree.
is. He
yeah.
wears number
Let-
fucking
let
7
him-
for
It
fuck's
might,
him
sake.
go.
it might
Let
even
him
be a
go.
midfielder.
Yeah.
I like that's what I loved watching about him. He was so
So,
comfy.
I mean, technically he's good on the
So
ball,
comfy.
very good on the ball. Not the best defensively, but then a lot of fullbacks these days are good on the ball, but not the best defensively because they're so attack minded. He's so attack minded, mate. He was an FPL cheat code a couple of years ago.
He was.
You had him at right back at FPL.
Do you remember
and
that
he just got
assist? I think it
points.
was Sterling. He got. I can't remember who it was against. But it was like outside the foot.
Yeah. So I mean, another techie little player, but hasn't done it enough to be like, yeah, you're really good. But when he fancied it, decent.
There's a banger at Newcastle as well. I think it was.
But
They
apparently he's a
played
bit of a
away.
shithouse as well. That's why Pep sacked him off because he was
Yeah.
just a bit of a twat.
Yeah, fun player though.
Fun player.
Very
Fun player to
fun
watch.
player.
So I mean, that's why I'd say on his day, good player.
He
Feels
was
like
very
with
good.
Cancelo. It's like it's just one season now. I don't watch Barcelona anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't watch him really that much before.
Yeah, it's interesting to like knowing that Neville had him at Valencia.
Yes.
Oh my.
That's
Did
such a
he?
right. Yeah,
That's
yeah, he did.
so
Yeah,
weird.
Fair. And then he had that one season at Bayern.
he was also at Inter.
Yeah.
Like, he was at
so-
Inter
So I
before
mean, he's
Juve,
been
wasn't it?
big clubs.
Yeah, he's got a good CV.
Yeah,
but
very good CV.
probably should have more at his career. So that's probably fair.
Yeah.
Another honest day player I've got is Luis Garcia, one of my favourite
Oh,
footballers
hate
of
him.
all time.
Don't talk to me in terms about
Didn't
Lewis
go
Garcia,
in.
please.
That Champions
That
League
did not go
2005 run.
It didn't go in, did it?
That did not go.
Thank you.
The numbers say it did go in. So just saying, goal in the Champions League semi-final. Goal that goal against Juventus in the quarterfinals.
Was that a volley from miles out?
Half volley,
yeah.
Unreal. Latalak claiming the assist, even though it just wasn't an assist. And then he scored, I think it was 4 goals combined in the round of 16 against Leverkusen. Like one of the most underrated Champions League runs. Just goal-wise, he carried us to that final. It was just really good. Scored unbelievable goal after unbelievable goal. I remember on my birthday in 2006, he just scores in the derby against Everton. Against Charlton, he scores this worldie out of nowhere.
Most overrated finals comeback ever, though, right? We can all agree on that.
Let's not get into
we
this.
were talking about Atletico strikers. That's where he ended up there, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that
He was, he was in Mexico as well.
Everyone just went to Atletico
Yeah.
at some point.
That
What else?
headband.
He also scored on Valentine's Day against Arsenal, last minute winner.
Why do you remember that? It was Valentine's Day.
You know when you're a kid and you have like a season review on the
Oh,
DVD?
yeah.
Right.
And the commentary was something about Valentine's Day. And
Right.
it just sticks in my head.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
But yeah, this guy was different. He was at Barcelona as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really good footballer.
That's actually a good shout.
Two-footed. Scored world.
No one's really having
scored a lot
bad
of
shouts, you
worldies.
know.
Are you fucking sure about that, Connor?
Would be Diego Forlan.
You total fucking idiot.
No one's really having
Scored a lot
bad
of
shouts, you
worldies.
know. Diego Forlan.
Worldie
No
after-
one's really having
scored a lot
bad
of
shouts, you
worldies.
know.
No, these are just some. We're just
good.
waxing
Good
lyrical
player.
And
basketball.
he was,
Yeah.
never, he was never like over consistent. He got 10 goals, I think, in a couple of seasons. Just as a kid, that's a player you love.
Yeah, I get
Like,
that.
yeah.
I get that.
I've got one thrown back. This,
Go
is,
on.
I mean, this is a bit of it's kind of an honest day team, really, in a way. But everyone talks about Morton Gamps Pedersen when they talk about Blackburn.
Yeah.
But they don't
No, I know
talk
what you're
enough
saying.
about two guy.
Yeah.
Two guy would just rock up, score bangers, like switch play, creative, could carry the ball and beat people with step overs. Had no pace about him or anything.
No pace.
But he just run a midfield. I even saw a clip of like Mark Noble talking about two guy,
Yeah.
saying that when he was a kid, they were playing Blackburn and they thought he'd go into a game and just sort of he'd find it easy because he'd have the legs on him, and apparently like, he just got completely just chasing shadows for 90
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought two guy he'd just pop up with these volleys and all sorts of goals. And he just didn't look like kind of play. He kind of looked like a granddad at that age. I feel like he had grey hair, like slick back, and
Yeah.
just
Bit of
Yeah.
no nonsense, wasn't it? Just did his
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, man.
Did his job.
the volley.
yeah.
Yeah.
He scored a brilliant volley against them. He scored like a good goal against
When
Arsenal.
you know when two guys didn't have a club, he made an edit of himself, like all his
Yes,
best goals,
yes,
and just sent
yes.
it to loads of agents.
Here's my CV. Yeah.
I think he got signed because of it as well.
I rate that so highly.
That's class. Yeah, good player though.
yeah.
Good player.
Barclays throwbacks giving me.
Oh,
You must
Give
have
me
another one,
good
Con.
Connie
I
got
do.
another one, surely, yeah.
Thing is, on his day, this man could change the game, but I feel wrong putting him in this, but I'm putting him in it. Rory Delap.
Yeah, I love that.
On his day with his hand.
No,
when he
no,
gets
no,
to
But
throw
do you
it.
know what? Yeah, that's quite specific because if the day was windy,
Exactly. If the day was windy,
Yeah.
if it was a windy day in
And
Stoke,
against Arsenal.
yeah, and it was always against.
Yeah.
Wenger tried to get throw-ins banned. I don't know why more teams now don't come up. Look at Burnley this season. They've come up and they've tried to do tiki-taka, and well done. You're in the Championship again. Stoke came up, utilised his fucking long
Liverpool-
throw.
Brentford
have a-
tried.
Brentford did it, yeah, with,
Brentford,
Strike.
throwing coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing coach.
Exactly. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy literally technically changed the
Yeah,
Premier
yeah.
League for a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, they had a corner every time they'd throw it.
That
That's what it was.
Arsenal. Do you remember there was a clip where a keeper?
Buzz
Yeah,
Mile.
he goes-
Yeah, Buzz Myhill was about to kick it out for
Yeah.
a throw, and he goes, "No," and just boots it
Bro,
out
you
for
know,
a
that's a
corner.
different thing. Rory Delap tried to get. He had Wenger on strings
He had
strings
Wenger
so
on
much.
strings.
Wenger tried to say this isn't football anymore.
Yeah.
We should replace them with kick-ins. Even tried to go to the FA with this proposal, and they said, "Fuck
Please
off,
stop
mate."
letting them throw it.
I think that was one of my favourite in terms of just a pure chaos goal.
Literally.
There was one where there was a long throw and someone flicked it on, and like I think it was Abdullah
Yeah,
Faye,
yeah.
like just sort of falls on it with his chest, and it just sort of bubbles in. It's like it's the most Stoke goal
I'm
you've
pretty
ever
sure
seen in your
a
life.
few times they scored like directly from the throw-in, which
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
isn't allowed, so
Yeah.
they get it
Yeah.
out. But
Yeah,
every time they just
yeah.
launched it in the goal.
Oh mate, if you were a keeper, Kepa would have.
Oh, Kepa would have had a meltdown.
If Kepa would not have come out alive from the Britannia if that had been the same era.
No.
Hit the hair.
Oh,
Bro,
What a
there was
time.
one game against Everton. He threw it directly in, like you said. Didn't get given. About 2 minutes later, thrown from the same position. Did the same thing, but this time Jagielka flicked on it, went in.
Yeah.
Later in the game, he did another one, and he scored again. Pretty much a hat-trick of goals from throws. Rory Delap on his day.
On his day, man.
Such an
I love
effective
that,
player.
Curious, you got anyone
What a
else?
launch. Yeah, I've got a couple more.
You got another goalkeeper, did you say?
I had another goalie, actually, yeah.
giving a bit of GK Union.
Yeah. Bolton legend.
Oh, yes, I know you're saying.
Oh.
Jussi Jääskeläinen.
Yeah.
What a player.
Good name as well.
Great name, great player. Okay. I just think he was on.
Can I say, Jussi Jääskeläinen was always old.
Yeah,
Was he ever up and coming? I don't think he was.
He just spawned in the Bolton shirt.
He was like 33 years of age.
Did he play for anyone else?
Always.
Bit of West Ham later, yeah.
I just think that probably actually not on his day, because I think he was just a bit underrated. I think he was just a solid goalie.
Know what you mean.
But again, pulled out performances where you're like, fucking hell, this kid's class. Yeah. Well, he wasn't a kid because he was
When we
always
scored an own goal against Liverpool, the ball was going wide. It hit him in the face, spun around and went in. And he gave it
a Gerrard goal. Yeah.
He's just another prime Barclays legend.
Yeah, that's a good shot, bro. Prime Barclays.
But I don't think if we were going to do a five-a-side team, I think Tim Krul is gonna go in goal.
Yeah. I've got a good one, and again, a lot of people, they talk about, some people might in a debate about the best strikers in Premier League history, they'll go with a Newcastle player and they'll think Alan Shearer, and you're wrong, because for 6 months the best striker of all time in the Premier League was Papi Cisse.
Hell yeah. Yes. Mate, it's a great shout. It's a great shout.
And the worst thing is, he's done himself a disservice scoring that ridiculous swerve goal against us, where Drogba's chatting to Pardew. Like, he's done himself a disservice with that goal against Chelsea, because the first one's incredible. Even earlier in the season, he bagged 12 and 13 games in that 6 month stretch, which is sort of Haaland numbers as it's on its own.
I can't be
Let alone the quality of the goals. There was a chip he scores at Swansea away as well. That's a joke.
I think when he joined the January, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he was having a really good season at Freiburg.
He was top scorer when he left.
Was he? Yeah. So he had
after that Newcastle,
ridiculous
he just
season.
disappeared. I don't get it.
I think that brace he scored against us is arguably the best brace of all time.
It's so good.
Oh, it's right up there.
Yeah.
Like,
Show me a better 2 goals player.
He goes pound for pound with Suarez versus Norwich for that period.
Yeah.
Like, Papi Cisse for 6 months.
What a player.
He was special.
Yeah, what a player.
He was
Where did he go?
China, I think?
Yeah, he went China.
Did he?
Look, Demba
Yeah.
Ba went to... Which one broke their leg in China? Was it Bar?
was
or
Bar.
something?
Bar, yeah.
Was it in Turkey or China? It might have been China.
One of
Did
the two.
Cisse end up?
Fuck knows.
I don't
He
know.
was
just
too-
disappeared.
He was
You know
too
what,
good to
actually,
vanish.
I don't know the exact same. He ended up at non-league quite recently.
Was he?
He was. I can't
not
remember.
Walker,
I'm getting
What,
fucked.
Papi
Yeah,
Cisse?
yeah.
Non-league?
Yeah, quite recently.
Well, that's going to stress me out if I don't fucking...
But yeah, that was that Newcastle team with like
Yeah.
Cabaye, Bar, Cisse,
Ben
Ben Arfa,
Yeah, what a player.
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez,
After
Colaccini,
Newcastle,
and
he went to Shandong Lueng
Yeah.
and then just fucked off to Turkey.
Respect.
I swear he
Robin
came
and
from
Cash
non-league
and
club
fresh
really
teeth.
recently.
He might. It's not on his Wikipedia.
Okay.
but,
Well, yeah. So Papi Cisse.
You're thinking
is,
of Uman Nias.
there you go.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
Uman
But
Nias.
yeah,
Went
Cisse,
to
mate. Baller. Just had worldies in his locker.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Can I just say, on his day, Luis Suarez against Norwich is the best player of all time.
Best versions of players.
Best versions of themselves.
I want some. I actually want one of these little minions who make edits to like have what I'm about to say and then make an edit of this footballer. Because on his day, Jefferson Montero was the best winger in the Premier League. I remember once he had Callum Chambers against Arsenal, considering retirement. Against Chelsea, Ivanovic was a dog. Montero killed him.
He
all
retired. He
game.
retired Ivanovic.
Bro,
I think he did
he
retire
really-
Ivanovic,
Jefferson Montero at Swansea was one of the most exciting players to watch for a little spell in the season, and then he just disappeared.
That Swansea team
and
was
I
fun.
never
man.
heard of him
Who
again.
was another wing? Dyer. Was it Dyer?
Yeah, bro.
Wing?
No, I've always said people talk about
Marvin Emnes.
streets will never forget Prem teams, and like they go back to like Wigan and everything, and I agree. But as far as like more recent, like 2010s onward,
Yeah.
that Swansea team, bro, with Montero, and then
Leon
obviously you had
De Guzman.
Gomez, Michu, De Guzman, Leroy Fer,
Yeah.
Angel Rangel,
Oh.
Jordi Ama,
Michel
Indonesian
Vorm in
legend.
nets.
Yeah, bro, they had players, bro.
That was the team.
So that Swansea team, bro, makes me happy. But yeah,
Danny Graham.
Jefferson.
Danny Graham.
Danny Graham.
Hey, he's an on his day player, you know.
He actually is, bro.
You
That whole,
say that.
that whole
What a
Swansea
day
team
for
on their day. Gylfi Sigurdsson on his day was Swansea as
mate,
well.
yeah, shout. It's a great shout. Great shout. I had
like
one
it.
that I think, I'd say he's on his day. Benjani.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'd have
Did
Yeah.
a job that period
I
at
like it.
Portsmouth. The 7-4.
Yeah,
That's
the 7-4.
my
What
Benjani
game?
moment.
First
really.
time I ever saw United lose at Old Trafford, Benjani scored twice.
Is that when they were all the old kids?
Yeah, first time I ever saw us lose.
Oh, the old kits. Yeah, that was a
They had
sick
like
day.
it was.
That was
What,
it
was it
for
a
Munich, wasn't
Munich
Was it?
Memorial? Yeah.
Yeah, that was class. But yeah, I just think again a good player. Had bangers in his locker.
It'd be around the anniversary now, then, wouldn't it? Because Munich was.
There was like
February or
last week,
something,
I
wasn't
think.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I just
February
think
6th, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
when he guys moved to City, he just kind of didn't do anything. But I thought at Portsmouth,
Yeah, he got a big paycheck.
But City did a
celebration.
lot of
great
just
celebration.
yapping, signing players for no reason.
Yeah, who would do that?
Well, a league that's doing that is the Saudi League. They're currently doing that.
They
Or
are.
they might be offloading them because they might want to piss off now. But someone who went there in the summer who is an on his day player, and specifically I'm going to bring up one day in particular, is Alan St. Maximan.
Yeah.
Mate, when he played City at the start of, I want to say it was last season,
Yeah,
like I think it was maybe the first or
beginning
second
of
day of the
last
season.
year.
Yeah. And he cooked Kyle Walker better than most players I've ever seen
Yeah.
have a
Yeah,
cooking
yeah.
of Kyle Walker. Like,
That's
he was
3-3.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he could just drive at players and was exciting and could be creative, could score a goal.
yeah.
But, like, that's the thing. He was so on his day that's why he's in Saudi now. But Alan Saint-Maximin, if he kind of put everything together, was
Yeah.
just such an awesome winger to have.
You know what I love about those kind of players is that the defenders haven't got a clue because he hasn't got a clue what he's doing.
No.
Yeah.
So Maximin's got no idea what trick
He's
he's going
that
to do
fast, that
or
just
what
works.
direction he's going to go,
Yeah.
but it just fucking works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hot
Defenders
Wheels.
are like, oh, fuck me, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Can I say the segues for people introducing their players has been top notch
Top tier.
right now?
Top tier.
This is what we do.
This is what we do.
I've got Capello in there.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
I mean, I don't know if segue's an American word, but speaking, but speaking of Americans, this man would have been the best American footballer ever had he not got injured. And it's another prime Barclays, and it's Stuart Holden. And no one cares about Stuart Holden, yeah? No one gives a fuck. But
don't.
I'm going to
No
talk for
one does.
20 seconds about Stuart Holden, yeah? He joined Bolton, won their player of the year when they finished 7th in the league. Next season, he had them 6th in the league. Bolton were playing United away. It was 0-0 late on. Stuart Holden was man of the match. Johnny Evans cropped him, ruined his career. Stuart Holden played about 4 more games in his career. He was only 26. Bolton finished like 14th that year. He still won player of the year despite being injured for 4 months. Then the next season, Bolton went down. Stuart Holden was that guy. He was an on his day player, but he didn't get a chance
Let him cook.
to be that guy. He would have been America's greatest ever player.
Stuart Holden, man, what a player.
Anyway, we need to make a 5-a-side team.
Yeah.
We do.
This is going to be tough.
Okay, so goalkeeper's going to be
Tim Krul's in nets.
That's
We'll
pretty
take
easy.
that.
Yeah, that was easy.
Oh, do we just play a rush goalie?
We'll stick a defender in goal.
It's 5-a-side, man.
Yeah,
Just
fuck it.
fucking- Do you know what I mean? Like, do you want to?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cancelo in goal.
I mean, I'm not against it.
So someone just list some of the players that have been said.
Cancelo.
Defenders.
Defenders.
Pogba is a defender.
Pogba.
Shall we actually run
Pogba
Pogba at the
rush
best?
nets.
Let's run it.
Shall we
Let's
run
run him in the
He doesn't
yeah.
run anyway, so just put him in the goal.
Are we having Tim Krul in goal then?
I say just do Pogba rush keeper.
All right, Pogba rush keeper,
Okay.
one defender.
Bro's never rushed in his life.
Rush to the barbers.
Wait, if he just puts more of that...
All right,
He'll
Pogba
be
in nets,
everywhere.
one defender.
All right.
We haven't mentioned that many defenders.
Nah, but
Cancelo's.
Cancelo.
it's 5-a-side. You can just cook.
I agree.
Yeah.
Put a midfielder in defence.
I feel like St. Maximin 5-a-side has to be someone.
I'd put Ronaldinho Willian ahead of St. Max. I think
Yeah, you know what?
Ronaldinho Willian was just so insane.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah,
we had a
yeah.
strike. St. Maximin didn't have the strike Willian had
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
for
okay.
5-a-side.
So Pogba in goal.
Pogba's playing rush goalie. We would play a 1-2-2.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, okay, so we have Willian. We said, what? Casano, Garcia.
Casano would be fun in a
I'd
little
have
cage
loved to
He is
put...
football.
fine,
I'd have
fine.
loved
He's so
to-
cage football.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking Casano.
None of my players are suited to 5-a-side. Booba Diop ain't doing
Yeah, like
shit.
Pogba Diop on a 5-a-side is a nightmare.
Rory did like a 5-a-side. What's he going to do? Only player I could have is Montero, but like, there's other players better than
Yeah.
him.
Who else have I
I'm
got?
thinking Casano.
I like
Actually,
Casano.
Little
Yeah.
gremlin in a 5-a-side.
Yeah. Alright.
He was like,
Yeah.
like angry as
Even
well.
Bentley,
Casano.
like, you don't really want to
Yeah, exactly. My players weren't
yeah.
5-a-side at
So
all.
we'll go with that, and then striker. I'm thinking Papi Cisse, Matt Lethal.
He was. He had a bit more long range. I'm just trying to think, like, who
Who
are some of the
else have we
players
said?
we've also named?
You could even put St. Maximin on top.
Two guys not really going to run a lot. I think Nani and
Oh,
Willian.
Nanny's
fuck,
a good
Nanny
shout.
has to-
Nanny's
Nani
gotta
and
be in
Willian,
there.
no? Yeah, they've got.
Wait, so what we got? We got Pogba.
Pogba,
Casano.
Casano.
Nani and Willian.
We need
Yeah,
one more.
we need one more.
I feel like we need one big dude. Just break up play. Like tackle in 5-a-side is still
Man,
necessary.
that smells of Papa Bouba Diop.
Yeah, I can't lie. Papa Bouba Diop might have to make this
We
team.
can't put Papa Diop in the team.
Why not?
Jim, your host, does Papa Bouba Diop make this 5-a-side team?
Papa Bouba Diop makes the 5-side team.
Yes, Papa Bouba
He's in.
Papa Bouba Diop.
Wait, so please just run.
So yeah,
let's just run through the team.
So
Pogba's in goal.
Yeah. Papa Bouba Diop.
Nani,
Nani,
Willian,
Willian,
and
and
Casano.
Casano.
Bro, who's beating that
What a
5-a-side team?
5-a-side team, man.
That
Mate,
team's
they'd
unbeaten.
cook.
They
They'd
cook.
cook.
They
Who's
cook.
the-
Who? Wait, okay,
Five-a-side
wait.
team.
And
Who's
who's
in
the
charge?
on his day manager?
Oh, what
good
a fucking
shout.
question. Who could beat
Brian
someone?
Laudrup.
One for...
Oh, but that's
Brian
Swansea.
might-
They had a bit of. I think
Oh,
it's
wait, no,
Michael.
I-
Michael
Michael.
Laudrup,
That's not a
sorry.
bad shout.
I'm trying to think who's a good on his
I'm
day
literally just thinking
manager.
of Prime Barclays managers now. Who just did something, man?
Di Matteo.
I was about to say Di Matteo.
No, do you know who just let them cook?
Go on.
Mate, Holloway.
Ian.
Ian.
It has to be Holloway.
I'm
It has to be Holloway.
Blackpool Holloway.
Great
Specifically Blackpool Holloway.
Yeah.
Just let him cook.
That's the
With
point.
those players.
And
Just
you're
none
very,
of us
very
mentioned
colour
Ga-
fitting as well.
None of us mentioned Gary
Gary
Taylor Fletcher, man.
Fletcher, man.
Oh, wow.
No, but Holloway's a great shout.
Holloway
Charlie
has to be.
Adam. Charlie.
His
Yeah.
passing range.
And all the
man.
streets won't forget people that say. I also want to address this because everyone talks about this, all about Ben Arthur and Tarat and everything. These are just on his day players.
Yeah.
They weren't.
They
They weren't that good when you lived through them.
Yeah.
They just had their little moments.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Usually in the championship.
Yeah, Tarat was a complete
Before
champ.
they say, "Where's Messi?" Wednesdays every single day. Messi's fucking great. Fuck off.
But Messi on his day is half decent.
Yeah, quite good that guy. Yeah. Nah, but Ian Holloway as a gaffer,
Ian
that makes
Holloway.
sense.
I like that.
We
Okay.
are winning the
Maybe
five-a-side
that's what was
World
missing
Cup.
from Pogba's career.
One last thing. If you had to pick one rolling sub, because every five-a-side team rock up with 6.
Yes.
We just need one dude who can just keep filling
We
it.
need an engine.
Quaresma.
What, an engine?
He's not an engine, but he's just amazing.
Just come on,
isn't he?
Trevella, get
Christmas
off.
would be
Yeah.
cool.
Ferreira.
Trevera. Nutmeg, get
I
off.
think Delap.
Just in case.
What, in case they allow throw-ins
No,
by the side?
because do you know what? You know what? I've solved it. Delap would be on the sideline, and any time anyone gets tired from doing all the running, he just launches the bottles of water. So he's Rory Delap could just fucking shock it for miles. Or
makes sense.
even, do you know what I mean? Because there's no ref, or the refs sometimes are terrible at 6 aside.
Yeah, to be
he could
fair.
just chuck them at the opposition as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
They
rules.
wouldn't-
He'd
they
have thrown
wouldn't
him.
Right, I'm Rory Delap as the sub.
Okay, what a team that is. Curtis, Toes, Connor, thanks for joining me. Everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
See you next
You've been
time.
beautiful. See you next time.
Peace.
Vamos!
Warra Football Podcast, Warra Football Podcast, Warra Football Podcast. Oh, 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 oh.